Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a simple question. Why do you wake up in the morning? What is it that gets you out of bed with energy, with purpose, with excitement? If you can't answer that with clarity, then you're drifting, not driving. Motivation is overrated. It's fleeting. It comes and goes like the wind, unpredictable and unreliable. One day you wake up feeling unstoppable, ready to take on the world. The next day you can't even muster the energy to get out of bed. And that's the problem. If you rely on motivation alone, you'll never build consistency, and without consistency, success is impossible. Instead of chasing motivation, seek meaning. Meaning is the deeper force that sustains you when motivation fades. It's the reason behind the effort, the fuel behind the fire. When you find meaning in what you do, you don't have to force yourself to take action. It becomes natural. You wake up with a sense of purpose because you know why you're doing what you're doing. Meaning comes from understanding the impact of your work. It's about seeing beyond yourself, beyond the temporary struggles, and focusing on the bigger picture. Ask yourself, why does this matter? Who benefits from my effort? What change am I creating? When you connect your actions to something greater than yourself, motivation is no longer a requirement. It becomes a byproduct. Think about the people who make the biggest difference in the world. They don't rely on motivation. They are driven by a cause, a mission, a deep-rooted belief that their work matters. Athletes train relentlessly, not because they feel motivated every day, but because they have a vision. Entrepreneurs push through failures not because they're always inspired, but because they believe in their purpose. Motivation is an emotion, and emotions are unreliable. Meaning, on the other hand, is a decision. When you find meaning in your work, you won't need motivation. You'll have something far more powerful: commitment. Struggles are not just obstacles, they are lessons in disguise. Every challenge you've faced, every setback you've endured, and every hardship you've overcome carries within it a message, a clue about your true path. Most people see struggles as something to escape, something to forget. But the truth is, they are a roadmap pointing you toward your mission. Think about the moments in your life that tested you the most. The pain, the failures, the disappointments. Why did you go through them? Was it random, or was there a reason? More often than not, the things we struggle with the most become the very things we are meant to help others with. If you've battled financial hardship, maybe your mission is to teach others how to create financial stability. If you've overcome health issues, maybe your purpose is to inspire others to take care of their well-being. If you've experienced loss, maybe you are meant to help others navigate grief. Your struggles give you perspective. They allow you to see life from a different angle, one that others may never understand unless they've been through it themselves. And that's why your challenges are not just personal. They're a calling. They shape you into someone who can guide, lead, and uplift others who are now where you once were. Most people avoid pain, but those who embrace it, learn from it, and turn it into purpose are the ones who find true fulfillment. Your struggles were never meant to break you, they were meant to build you. Within them lies the blueprint for your mission, if you're willing to look. Time is the most valuable currency you have, yet most people spend it on things that drain them rather than energize them. But every once in a while you get lost in something so deeply that hours pass like minutes. That's not an accident. That's alignment. When time disappears, it's a sign that you're engaged in something connected to your true purpose. Think back to moments when you were fully immersed in what you were doing. Maybe it was writing, speaking, creating, solving problems, mentoring, designing, or strategizing. Whatever it was, you weren't watching the clock. You weren't counting the hours. You were in the flow. That state of deep focus and effortless action isn't random. It's your mind and soul telling you this is what you were made for. People spend years searching for purpose, yet the clues have always been there. The activities that captivate you, that excite you, that make you forget about distractions. Those are the doors to your destiny. When you engage in work that aligns with who you truly are, time stops being something you endure and becomes something you embrace. Most people drag themselves through jobs they don't love, looking forward to weekends and dreading Mondays. But the ones who live with passion, they don't count days, they make days count. They don't live for vacations because their work doesn't feel like work. They are aligned. Pay attention to what makes time disappear. That's where your energy flows naturally. That's where you operate at your best. That's where you make the greatest impact. Your purpose isn't something outside of you. It's already within you, waiting to be recognized. Follow the time, follow the energy, and you'll find your alignment. Purpose is never just about you. It's bigger than your personal goals, your dreams, or your success. True purpose is found in the impact you have on others, in the difference you make in the lives around you. The people who feel the most fulfilled, the most alive, are those who have connected their work, their talents, and their experiences to something beyond themselves. Think about the moments in your life when you felt the most valuable, the most significant. Chances are those moments involved helping someone, whether it was offering advice, supporting a friend, teaching a skill, or simply being there when someone needed you. That's not a coincidence. We are wired for connection, for contribution, for leaving the world better than we found it. The greatest leaders, the most influential figures, and the happiest individuals all have one thing in common: they serve. They don't just chase money or recognition, they focus on how they can add value. And ironically, the more people you serve, the more success follows naturally. If you focus on solving problems, uplifting others, and making a real difference, rewards come as a byproduct, not just financially, but emotionally and spiritually. The question is, who are you meant to serve? Maybe it's people who are going through struggles you've overcome. Maybe it's a community that needs your unique skills and knowledge. Maybe it's future generations who will benefit from your wisdom. Your purpose is directly tied to the lives you touch. When you shift your focus from what can I get to how can I give, everything changes. Fulfillment replaces frustration, clarity replaces confusion, and suddenly life isn't just about existing, it's about making an impact. If you had only 1 year left to live, what would you do differently? Would you still worry about the small inconveniences, the temporary setbacks, the opinions of others? Or would you shift your focus to what truly matters? Love, legacy, and impact. When time becomes limited, clarity becomes sharp. You stop procrastinating on your dreams. You stop holding back your words. You stop waiting for the perfect time because you realize that time itself is the most precious gift you have. The things you once put off, spending time with family, pursuing your passions, telling people how much they mean to you, suddenly become urgent. If you had 1 year left, you wouldn't waste energy on grudges or regrets. You would forgive faster, love deeper, and appreciate the simple moments, because you'd understand that in the end, it's not about what you own, but about the relationships you build and the impact you leave behind. You would finally take the risks you've been avoiding. You wouldn't let fear stop you from writing that book, starting that business, or speaking your truth. You would live with a sense of urgency, knowing that every day counts. The question is, why wait until time is running out to start living like this? Most people go through life as if they have all the time in the world, but the reality is, none of us do. Every moment you delay living with purpose is a moment you can't get back. So if there's something you need to do, say, or become, start now. Because when the clock is ticking, only what truly matters remains. The cost of staying the same is far greater than the effort it takes to change. Yet most people don't realize this until it's too late. They convince themselves that staying in their comfort zone is safe, that avoiding risk is the smart move, that there's always more time. But the truth is, every day you stay the same, you trade progress for stagnation, growth for complacency, and potential for regret. Regret is not about the mistakes you made. It's about the chances you never took. It's about looking back and realizing you wasted years stuck in fear and doubt and hesitation. 5 years from now, will you be proud of the choices you're making today, or will you wish you had started sooner, taken that leap, and chased the life you truly wanted? Nothing in life stays still. You're either moving forward or falling behind. The people who take action, who embrace change, who push through discomfort, those are the ones who build a life of meaning. The ones who hesitate, who make excuses, who let fear dictate their choices, those are the ones who wake up one day wondering where all the time went. Comfort is deceptive. It feels good in the moment, but in the long run, it steals your potential. It keeps you in the same job you hate, in the same routines that drain you, in the same unfulfilled life you promised yourself you would change. The pain of discipline, of effort, of change, it's temporary. But the pain of regret, that lasts a lifetime. If you don't take action now, the future version of you will wish you had. And the only thing worse than failure is knowing you never even tried. Clarity is power. If you don't define your why, life will define it for you. Too many people drift through life without direction, reacting to circumstances instead of creating them. They have wishes, not commitments. They have dreams, but no written vision. And that's why they stay stuck, because what isn't written isn't real. Your why is your anchor. It's the reason behind your effort, the fire behind your actions, and the foundation of your future. But it's not enough to think about it. You must write it down. Putting it on paper makes it real. It transforms a vague desire into a concrete mission. It turns something abstract into something you can see, read, and remind yourself of every day. When you write your why, you give yourself a blueprint for decision making. You eliminate distractions, because anything that doesn't align with your purpose is simply not an option. You stop second-guessing yourself because your direction is clear. And most importantly, you create accountability. A written why is a commitment, not just to a goal, but to the person you're becoming. But writing it down is just the first step. You must live by it. Read it every morning. Let it guide your actions. When challenges come, and they will, let your why be the reason you keep going. When doubt creeps in, remind yourself why you started. Your why is stronger than your excuses, but only if you make it a part of your daily life. A person with a strong why can endure any how. So don't just hope for clarity, create it. Don't just think about your purpose. Commit to it, write it, own it, live by it. Because the moment you do, everything changes. Your why is not just a statement, it's a commitment, a driving force, a promise to yourself that you will not settle for less than your potential. The moment you define it, write it down, and live by it, you stop wandering and start building. You stop reacting and start creating. So don't wait. Find your why, own it, chase it, because when you have a strong enough reason, nothing can stand in your way. The world belongs to those who live with purpose. Make the choice today to be one of them.